Hey, we're back.
Yo.
After that last episode, actually Rosie
Took a nap.
took a nap. So now we're back again.
I was so tired.
Yeah.
It's one of those like, okay, so if I wake up earlier during the day that I don't have to work or anything, then like I can be active for maybe like a couple hours, and then I have to conk back out again because I'm not used to getting up that early.
Mm-hmm.
I just sleep a lot now since I became an adult.
Yeah, for me what it is like I always wake up around the same time every day. It's sometime between like 5:30 and 7. And even if I've stayed up until like 4 or something like that, which doesn't happen often, but if I get like really into some game or something, yeah, it can happen. And even if I stayed up till 4, I will not wake up any later than like 7.
Yeah.
And so then like I'm super tired and I'll have to take a nap because like even like at 7 a.m. like I'm like, well, I'm awake now and I don't feel tired at all. I know I'm going to feel tired in a few hours, and then then I get all tired and I have to sleep.
Do you remember when you were like a kid and you could just physically never really take naps during the day? Like you were so just hopped up on energy.
Sort of.
Oh.
Because I had babysitters that would make me take a nap, so...
Oh, yeah. No, my parents would try to make me take a nap too, but it was more just close my eyes and wiggle around and wait until they're ready for us to get up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, I didn't start taking naps until I was a teenager, because, like, after school, I'd be so exhausted that I would conk out until dinner. And it drove my parents nuts. Because they were like, why do you have to nap so much? Are you okay? That's not normal.
Really?
My parents are. Well, at least my mom was more chill with it. She didn't really mind. My dad he doesn't like the idea of naps for some reason.
In general?
In general. Like, I know he has napped before, but like, when other people naps, it bugs him because, like, I don't know, but they should be up and doing something different. It really, like, I noticed it more when my younger sister started sleeping a lot, because she sleeps a lot more
She
than
sleeps
I do.
a lot. She takes like a nap every day.
She takes a really long nap every day after she's done working, but we realized there was a big reason for it
Yeah.
later on, but, like, yeah, it drove him nuts. Like, he thought, it was just laziness that people took naps in the middle of the day, not because they're actually legitimately tired,
I don't know.
I think
My dad took naps. He takes naps almost every day, it seems
both
like.
of your parents do.
Yeah, well, my
takes
mom
naps.
just has a kind of a weird sleep schedule, though. Like, my mom will get up at like 3 or 4 to do like laundry and cleaning, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
Just different people need different sleep.
Yeah. I don't think sleeping is really bad, when you do it. It's just... Like, because like sometimes people who sleep at certain times, like people who take naps get a bad rep, or people who sleep during the day and then are awake at night get a bad rep. But really, it's like as long as they're getting sleep, it's fine.
And are able to be functional. And
right. I mean,
and all
some
that kind of
people work
stuff.
at night, so of course they're gonna sleep during the day. What do you expect?
Yeah. I think the only time you should worry about is if it's different from a person's normal schedule, or if it really, really is weird.
Yeah.
Like if someone is like sleeping like almost 20 hours a day, or like something like that, then it's a little bit concerning. Because like, I mean, there's some medical conditions where like severe changes in sleeping patterns can be a problem, or be like a sign of a bigger problem, or there's a lot of mental health issues that affect your sleeping schedule, like like insomnia and depression, and even like anxiety stuff, because that's kind of like why my younger sister sleeps so much. She gets so drained from like being out and about and interacting with people that she has to sleep.
Oh, do we want to teach someone? Oh, no one can learn metronome? That sucks. Metronome's fun. Yeah.
Sleeping is so underrated.
It's underrated. I don't know. I think most people around our age group get the idea of why it's nice.
Well, you start to appreciate it, I guess.
Start to appreciate more. So the deal here is we're supposed to take on Blaine at the gym, but the gym door is locked.
Damn it!
The only way to unlock it is to find the secret key that's in the Cinnabar Mansion.
Why can't things be open when I want them to be?
The Cinnabar Mansion, just so we can cover all our lore here, the Cinnabar Mansion was a lab where Blaine and Mr. Fuji, remember from Lavender Tower? Where Blaine and Mr. Fuji from Lavender Tower created Mewtwo together.
Oh.
And then Mewtwo, you know, became violent, escaped, and... Oh, we gotta catch this!
Oh, it's a Grimer!
So wait, I don't want to kill it. We'll use Swift.
Catch it? No, you didn't already catch
No,
it.
otherwise there'd be a Pokeball icon. Uh-oh, okay.
No, don't kill it.
Well, that's fine. Now we're just gonna throw balls. I forgot.
Throw
I need to
them
buy
balls.
more balls. I'll do that. I'll leave and buy more balls after I catch this Grimer. I totally forgot. I was like, oh yeah, time to catch something. That means I gotta pull up my list of names. Oh, gosh. Wow, look at that. So much easier than that fucking Tentacool from a couple episodes ago. All right. Who are we naming this after? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Grimer, the sludge Pokemon, appears in filthy areas. It thrives by sucking up polluted sludge that is pumped out of factories. I've just been doing this in order, so this is kind of a weird one, but we're naming this Grimer after Husbando Goddess.
Husbando Goddess?
Husbando Goddess.
What is this?
Okay, so this was, like I said, this is around the same time that I found Curry on Twitter. It says, I was trying to find people... with a similar number. I'm just gonna name it Husband God since it's a boy anyway. Boy Grimer. Husband God. Close enough.
You're my husband, God.
Close enough. It's the same idea.
Is that just like a
Not
husband
really.
who's just so amazing at everything husbandry wise?
In any case, one of the people I found through Twitter with a similar number of subscribers, being I said we both had about 3,000 at the time. Now she's up to, I think she just got up to like 6,000 or more. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's like 7,000. I don't remember. But back then her name was Christy. She changed her name to Husbando Goddess. She does Let's Plays, but she mainly did games that were like either visual novels or really text heavy, and then she officially changed her name to Husbando Goddess because she does a lot of those games that have
The dating sims?
yeah, sometimes she does, just directly dating sims, but sometimes it's just games with elements of that, you know what I mean? Yeah, stuff like that. And she does other things that I've been really into, like Valkyria Chronicles and Phoenix Wright stuff.
Cool.
So, just a lot of, text-heavy games. I really like those kinds of games anyway. So, yeah, I checked out her videos. It's like, hey, that's cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So there we go.
Oh, yeah.
I always want to pronounce that as husbando, but I think it's supposed to be husbando. Would you say bando?
I would say husbando.
Husbando.
It's much more stylized.
Hello.
It totally is way better.
It is me, your husbando.
You are my husbando.
Are you ready for some husbando action?
Oh my. Maybe after this? I'm not ready.
It's weird that she wound up being Grimer. I actually, when I'm using a Pokemon that I've named after someone, I've been announcing it on Twitter, like, hey, I'm using this Lapras that's named after Synthetic Orchestra. And so far, only one person has responded. No, two people have. Two people
really?
have responded. But one of them was Icran Girl, and she's like, I appreciate the sentiment, but why a Bellsprout? And I was like, well, it's just what happened to happen.
It's random.
It's random.
Yeah.
And she didn't respond to that, so I was like, well, this is weird.
I just lost a friend.
No. Well, that was my brief interaction with a person I started watching years ago.
Well, awkward fan moments.
Yeah, that's what it really felt like.
Man, I feel like in life we have a lot of those awkward fan moments, though.
I guess so.
Like, if we're gonna go to more cons, we're gonna have way more of those.
I felt slightly awkward talking to James Rolfe.
You weren't that bad, though.
I felt okay. I just felt slightly awkward.
Yeah.
And then, no, the other person that responded, which I kind of felt bad, the person who responded was Beta64. It's like, wow, it's such an honor to be named after a Dratini on your channel. I'm like, yeah, I bet it is. The Dratini that didn't even last one battle. I don't know if he actually like went and saw the episode then or not, but I was just like, oh, you die really fast. I didn't say that, but it's funny. So that was nice. That's always nice when they actually respond.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So, see, there's a Mewtwo statue, and if we talk to it, it'll flip a switch. Lots of wild Pokemon around here.
I'm so sad about Mewtwo's story.
Oh, from the anime?
It's just so sad.
Because we recently watched the extended cut version of the first movie, which if you didn't know existed, right, there's actually an extended opening that delves into, like, Mewtwo's childhood, which is...
Oh my god, I was crying.
Weird. Because he's a clone. But, like, yeah, he actually, like...
His clonehood.
Yeah, he actually, like, starts out as a smaller child-looking clone, and, like, he has this adventure in his psyche, and there's this whole story about, like, the scientist has, like, a dead daughter that he's trying to revive, and,
because somehow he collected her consciousness.
It makes the context of the beginning of the first movie make more sense, because, like, the scientist is talking about how, you know, he's looking for something more, and the secret to life itself, and that's why, is because he's trying to revive his daughter. Mm-hmm. So it actually makes that aspect make more sense. But yeah, as a whole, it's a little hokey.
It is. It really is. Even when it delves into, like, the, like, conflict between the scientist and his wife, and how they deal with the grief of their daughter differently, it's still really silly.
Also,
like,
as you pointed out, compared to all the other humans, he had a really big nose.
He did have a huge nose! I always noticed big noses.
Oh, it was like a Gru nose from, like, Despicable Me.
It was so distracting. But big noses are distracting for me.
Really?
Yes. I noticed them right away. Not to say that, like, there's anything wrong with them.
No.
People can't help how they look.
Right.
But...
And I mean, like, big noses don't make a difference to me. So, like, whatever.
I just noticed certain, like, physical traits more than others, and the nose is definitely one of them. It's really weird.
So I'm actually glad there's wild Pokemon in here, because I'd like to, I don't know, Blaine's Pokemon go up to 47, so it'd be nice if our guys were at least like 45 before we took on Blaine. A secret switch, press it. Who wouldn't? Press it. Oh god, it's glowing! It's the Mani Mani statue! Oh, jeez. It's not really, it's nothing. Oh my god, there's wild Mucks in here?
Whoa.
That's awesome. It's going to give us so much XP if we can kill it and it doesn't use like a giant critical sludge that poisons us.
I don't know what his facial expression is.
The facial expression he has right now?
Yeah.
It's, hey, I haven't seen you in so long. How you doing, buddy? That's the facial expression it is. I'm gonna eat you.
You know, I wish we could develop an animal like a Muck or a Grimer to clean up our environments.
Yeah, because isn't that what, like,
pollutants.
Well, that's what it does in Alola.
No, it does it here. That's
well, I guess it feeds off it. Although, I guess I'm thinking of the anime. In the anime, like, Grimers are, like, pests that, like, pollute areas.
That's so sad.
Yeah, there's this whole episode. My dad always made fun of it because it was on the very first, like, Pokemon VHS that I ever got as a kid. Good old VCR video stuff. And in the episode was the Grimer and Muck episode, in which Ash and his friends, they really did this in first gen, where, like, they would just make up locations for Ash to go to in the anime. The Grimers and Mucks were taking over a dirty town called Gringy City.
Oh my god.
And and my dad would always make fun of that, like, whenever we were playing Red and Blue. He's like, so where's Gringy City? When do we get to go to Gringy City? Like, oh my god. Dad, that's not a real one. The Gringy City gym of Grimers and Mucks. No, I'm trying to remember that old Pokemon VHS I had. It was the first, like, episodes of Pokemon I owned, where it was that one, and then the one where Primeape is in a fighting tournament. It's Ash has a Primeape, and it's in a fighting tournament against other fighting Pokemon. That's a pretty cool episode. And it also had the, which kind of became a meme, sort of, or at least a reference that people remember. I got the Diglett episode. The one that went, Diglett dig, Trio, Trio, Trio. Diglett dig, trio, which a lot of people reference that still. So I was happy I had that episode. I got protein. So what I was gonna say, in the original like Red and Blue and like the first gen games, like those statues didn't actually look like Mewtwo's. They looked like Rhydons.
Oh, why?
Well, because in the original Red and Blue, like the first gen stuff, there were actually very limited like overworld Pokemon sprites. Mm-hmm. Like they had just a few Pokemon sprites, and then they would reuse them for everything. Like they had one sprite that just kind of looked like an angry four-leafed flower, and that was used for every single grass Pokemon. That was the sprite for every single grass Pokemon. It was this angry four-leaf flower. They had one that really looked like Clefairy. They had one that looked like Tauros. They had one that looked like Rhydon. They had one that looked like Kirby.
What?
Yeah. It just looked like it. I think it was supposed to be like a representation of a fish, but it just wound up looking like Kirby.
That's so weird.
And then, yeah, there was more, but those are the ones that, they had one that just looked like, a bird. Just a perched bird.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, those were the overworld sprites of these Pokemon. Like if you would like pause and look at your Pokemon, that's what it looked like. Mm-hmm. And so they didn't have one specifically for like Mewtwo, so they just used the one that they would use for Rhydon. So there was just Rhydon statues everywhere.
That's so weird.
In fact, like I think they still use a lot of the Rhydon statues around here. The significance of that was actually, if I remember correctly, Rhydon was the first Pokemon to ever be designed. Mm-hmm. So I remember seeing online once, there's like this multiple choice question, and it's like, what's the first Pokemon? And like the four options are Bulbasaur, Rhydon, Mew, and Arceus.
God damn it.
What's the first Pokemon? Well, the first Pokemon in the Pokedex, the first Pokemon to be created, the god of Pokemon, or the Pokemon that's the ancestor of all Pokemon.
So wait, is Mew the ancestor of Arceus, or is Arceus...
That's the
Arceus
question.
create Mew?
That's the question.
It's like the egg before the chicken.
In most fandoms that I see, Arceus created Mew, and then Mew created everything else. That's what I see in a lot of fandoms, but it's still a conflicting thing.
So Arceus is God, and Mew is...
Jesus!
No, Mew is Adam.
And Eve.
Adam and Eve, that is all-powerful. But no, just Adam and Eve that somehow evolved into other Pokemon, other people. Which, I mean, if you want to put creationism and evolution together, that's kind of how it works.
Here's another trainer class that's not in any other game, Burglar. Burglar Arnie. Burglars were just kind of your base fire trainer in this game. So, hey, there we go.
Oh! Speaking of the Adam and Eve stuff,
yeah.
So this is a really crazy scientific fact, but people have been, sequencing the mitochondrial DNA of people, and that DNA is passed on from mother to child.
Right.
So they were able to take a huge sample of people and their mitochondrial DNA.
Yeah, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, and trace it all back to one maternal ancestor.
One? Oh, I thought it was like 5. They traced it back to 1 now?
They traced it back to 1 now.
Wow.
Now, that doesn't say any confirmation of anything. Because, when you have something that's passed down from mother to child, you could have, one woman who'd had nothing but sons. And so that line's been gone in the mitochondrial DNA. Or weird stuff like that. Because, genetics is weird. But yeah, they were able to trace it down to one woman.
Cool.
That, originated in Africa somewhere.
Yeah. And with that, we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.